to the KOTG podcast.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Ew. What's going on, boys and girls?
KOTG
What's
Tuesday.
up, guys? Yeah, bring it in. What? There we go. Bump my table.
That boy got rough and rowdy.
Oh man, Tuesday night. What's up, y'all?
Man, I'm just debating on when spring is going to start here in Utah. It's like 74 degrees yesterday, and now we're down to 50 today with crazy wind. I think we got that Iowa 40 miles an hour over here.
Dude, it's crazy.
Behind the ball.
Tumbleweed City again.
You should send me that picture. I want to pull that up.
That was insane. Yeah, that was wild.
That was was that close to you? I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. It's funny. I drive by the way I leave the neighborhood. I drive by this neighbor's house, and in their backyard, like literally just a wall of tumbleweed is like stuck in the corner, up 8 feet tall and probably like 30 feet wide.
That's
Just
great.
stuck in their backyard. So
Yeah.
I got another neighbor across the street. He just burns them all in a barrel. So yeah, it's a good
That's what I would
time.
do.
I bet they're like good fire starters, aren't they? Like they probably
Oh,
go up
yeah.
pretty, I'll say, because they're probably like really dried out.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta be careful or else you'll start a fire real quick.
What is the plant that the tumbleweeds like come from? I've never thought about that before.
Somebody was saying like Russian thistle or something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
I've been to a tumbleweed music festival before down in Oklahoma. Now that's a good time.
Yeah.
Bluegrass music.
No, it was more like Southern rock.
Yeah.
So
Sweet.
when I went back, it's probably been like 15 years ago. They had a Girls Gone Wild little area that was there. They pulled like Copenhagen had tents there, and you just go in and get like cans of chew, and they had these Budweiser trucks that you just went up to, and they had like 30 taps on the outside of them, and you
Wow.
you bought a pitcher. That was like there's no cups. You had like little plastic pitchers, and you'd go up and you'd buy like that's what you would drink out of. You just carry down a pitcher and drink out of it. But
That's awesome.
if you look up,
That's fun.
look up on YouTube, Cross Canadian Ragweed at the Tumbleweed Festival in Stillwater, Oklahoma. It's wild. Like, because then people would like throw all those cups up on the stage and stuff. I mean, there'd just be hundreds of them going up there. It was like a full weekend like festival music thing. It was a good.
That's
time.
awesome.
Yeah.
It is crazy though, like what plant it grows from, and then how the heck they just like unroot and then blow.
Get blown away.
Get blown away. Like
It's a shitty
That's-
life cycle.
I'm gonna show this picture that Brian just sent me.
Yeah. Seriously, like our cars are parked on the streets and stuff, and the tumbleweeds will just blow in and just get stuck in back behind your car.
Do they
So you
scratch
have to,
your
like-
paint at all?
Luckily I haven't noticed that. Some like usually they just kind of jam in the back,
Oh yeah,
underneath your tire
came
trunk.
into the back.
Jam in the back.
You're on top of that one.
But yeah,
Do you
man. I
have
mean,
that picture, Zach?
talk about weeds, man. So that's a major one. But luckily, they just keep rolling by sometimes.
There
No,
it is.
look at that.
No, that is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like another house, it's like see the fence back behind it. It's like as
Yeah.
tall as up the fence.
That is madness.
We got a fence for our community, and if you drive back behind that, there's just like a ramp. It's just a ramp for all these tumbleweeds. They've kind of like have you seen that what's that nation Z Nation or something?
Yeah. Mhm.
Where
They're
those
climbing up the
zombies just
wall.
crawl on top of each other. Yeah, that's what these tumbleweeds do.
So
man.
in a subdivision like that, how would they get rid of it? Did they have to like bag them all up, or I mean, what would be the feasible?
Bag
way?
them up.
I don't know. I don't-
One-
a lot
one
of
tumbleweed
bags,
per
but
bag.
holy shit, I
Hey,
don't
you-
know, man.
You doing
I was
leaves
wondering the
tonight?
same thing.
You doing leaves
Yeah.
tonight, or you doing tumbleweed? Dude, I'm gonna bag up my tumbleweed.
I need those
a lot of
Soil
Home
3
Depot
bags, man.
recycling bags.
Get the soil 3 bags from
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3
Ladies-
foot by 3 foot.
Ladies
No,
and
but they'll
gentlemen,
actually
we need to take a second here
$50.
and get your drink. We're gonna do.
Let's do it.
We haven't raised a glass yet, but we're gonna have to raise a glass to that right there.
Oof.
What's that?
$50.
So,
Ooh, Papa.
as most of you know, Mr. Papa Moslow was deemed the KOTG weight loss challenge winner.
That picture.
Yeah.
And he is looking slim. He's looking amazing. He's feeling good. Zach's gonna throw up a picture of him looking all slim and probably the same weight he was back when he was in his 20s and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, so he was paid out some winnings from the competitive group because we all pitched in some money to try and win, and Papa won that pot. And I think we should all raise a glass to Papa because he's throwing some of that. He's throwing some of that back our way in the old chat tonight. So
Thank
Mr.
you.
Papa's Moslow, grab a glass and keep off the grass. This one's for you.
Damn.
It's been like
Sexy man.
Nice.
like 4 months since I've been able to do that.
I'll tell you what, guys, that was really fun to do. Like we didn't like talk about it too much on the process, but it was really cool to check in periodically. And this was a fun thing. I actually, I didn't win obviously, but I lost some weight and I feel pretty good. I think this was a fun thing to do over the winter. It was cool to see everybody's progress and enthusiasm. So thank you everyone that participated. It was a blast to see everyone's progress and have fun with it and lose a few pounds along the way.
Yo, Papa.
Yeah, I think it's awesome that he did the picture.
Papa just threw us $50. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, where you
Where you
Where you
been?
been, man?
where you been the last 10 minutes?
Dude, I haven't been in the chat. How would you guys not mention it?
Dude,
Well,
I thought
Nate kind of did in a roundabout way. He was talking about how he threw some of the winnings back in. So
I can't do the chat and talk about
well, and you're pulling up pictures too. So
Zach, you're 3 hours early, man. We're talking about grass weeds right now.
Hey, I would like to know from Papa. I'm not going to say it directly, but I have heard that when you lose that much weight, you grow somewhere else. So I'd like to know if that's true.
See more of your deck.
Mhm.
That full inch.
So, Papa lost his dicky do. So now his tummy don't stick out further than his dicky do.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, congrats, Papa. You look good, dude. So
Yeah. Way to represent.
and
So
Show it off.
and in a roundabout way, we got the KOTG belt back. So all's good.
Hey,
Yo.
All's good. in the
Located.
hood.
big news. What
Yes.
we're 2 months behind, guys, but it's been found and dramatically sent off to the next person. So we got a lot of catching up to do. I don't know how this is going to work and how it's going to happen, but eventually it'll start making its way. People are going to have to like do 1 day pictures and reels and mail it off,
Send it
you know, get her through in the next week or so. But yeah, anyways, going back to the tumbleweed question is what do you do with them? The city actually requires that you clean them up. So a lot of people will smash them down and put them in their trash cans. If the quote unquote it's out in the street, then the city will be responsible to come clean it up. So like that, I mean, that's all around the front yard. Look to the left, and like that house is covered in them. Like
Looks like
it's
a fire
seriously
hazard.
bad. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Looks like it would be a huge fire hazard. Yeah.
Imagine somebody going out smoking or something like that and tossing their bud down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy out here. It's well, you know, the city that we live in, Drunk Long Guy and I, it's not as developed. So, you know, you go 20, 30, well, not even that far. You go 15 minutes east, and those are bigger cities that are more developed. So you're not going to have all those weeds and stuff. But in the valley that we're at, man, it's just like a funnel for them.
Yeah.
I think people from the other cities bring them over to our valley and let them
Just
blow
leave 'em.
around. But good times. So, you know, obviously talking about weeds and weed and 420 and 419 and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk about weeds tonight. Spring weeds. We talked about pre-emergent the other week. So hopefully some of you guys got the pre-emergent down in time, so you're not seeing a lot of whoa.
I don't know what that was.
Oh boy.
What was that?
My eyes are burning right now for some reason.
Is that our new mascot?
That's funny.
Oh boy.
That was funny.
Anyways, see,
But anyways,
this is the stuff you miss on the podcast.
right.
You're missing what we're seeing live on the screens during the show. So if you are listening via podcast, all these laughs and giggles are because something you have to be on the show to find out what it was. So,
Exactly.
but anyways, back to
So
spring
pre-emergence down. Anybody, are you guys seeing a lot of weeds again? I mean, I'm actually just today looked out my backyard. I was like, oh my gosh, I got a lot of weeds I got to take care of. Just because I haven't even been out and able to mow yet. So for you guys that are out mowing and stuff and grass is greening up, are you guys seeing a lot of weeds out in the yard, or did pre-emergent, post-emergent stuff work for you?
You know what weeds you're seeing, Brian?
I haven't even been out to investigate it yet. I just looked out
You can just
sideways.
see some stuff.
Yeah, like an hour ago, like before they got on here. I just kind of looked out there and saw that. I'm getting close to turning on my water. Drunk Lawn Guys, he's a rebel. He's been breaking rules and watering when they said not to, but I'm about to turn mine on because I know the weather is going to be good enough. It's not going to be freezing, so I'm not worried about the pipes freezing up. So I'm going to turn that on and get some water going.
Careful.
What?
Careful those pipes, man. You get a cracked pipe, and you be in my situation where you get a whole basement tore up.
Yeah, man. What's the status of that, dude?
Currently we're missing some drywall in the entire basement. We got some carpet ripped up. We got a whole bunch of, it's all dried out. Now we're just kind of waiting to line up like a contractor and whatnot to come back in and do some repairs. But insurance has kind of settled everything. They're ready to move forward as soon as I get everything going. So
nice.
What was it?
What a headache, man.
Was it from rain?
No. So it was like 55 degrees a couple Saturdays ago, and I went out to I took my faucet cover off on the north side of my house and hooked up a hose and was doing some power washing, and then next day went downstairs and stepped on the carpet, and it was and there was a shit ton of water down there. And so the whole wall below the spigot is ripped out, part of the ceiling, all the carpet, padding. I mean, it was the entire living room, it was the entire spare bedroom, it was our back storage room, everything.
Damn.
So about 2 foot up, cut drywall across everything, ripped all the drywall out, had to put fans and dehumidifiers for like 8 days to dry it all out.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was,
Sucks.
I mean, it was wild. And just a crack. I mean, little like maybe a half-inch crack in the copper pipe. And yes, it was the right pipe, right pitch, everything, plumber.
Yeah.
He looked at it and, he was like, yeah, everything looks good. So I don't know why. I mean, like I said, I take my hoses off. I put the covers on in like early. I put them on in like November before it even got down to 30s. So it definitely wasn't. I think it just got super cold. And I don't know how it happened. But
so, Zach, I do want to clarify. I don't have weeds in my lawn. It's just stuff that's out in the bare dirt and stuff that I haven't landscaped yet. That's where all my weeds are growing. But my lawn's looking nice. I mean, it's brown and green right now, unfortunately.
I got
Starting to wake up.
pictures coming in here. I'm trying to snag them.
Good.
all.
Good. Yeah. Some people are talking about
well, I guess one of the comments. So one of the comments I'm reading here that I want to hit on is so the Hawkeye Corvette boy, he's in Iowa, and he made a good comment here, and this is something like kind of over the years I never realized and thought about, but makes completely sense. I always was like, man, why are all my weeds around like the edges? Right next to my driveway, right next to the sidewalk. And I was always thinking, well, maybe because I didn't get my pre-emergent like close enough. Maybe as I was going around the edges, I just didn't get it over there. But that's not the case, in my opinion. I really think that it's because that part of the lawn, the soil is warmer than the rest of the yard. And so that first, I'm just going to say foot, is probably 5 degrees higher. I don't know, maybe 10 degrees, whatever it may be, but it's warmer. And so when you're on that cusp of like 50 degrees and you're thinking about throwing your pre-emergent down, everything around your sidewalks, your driveways, your house, everything like that, that's probably already hit 55. And so as I got thinking about it today, the other day, I'm like, shoot, that's probably why. Because I noticed like, where's the greenest, when you start greening up, where's it green up the most? Around the edges, around the house and all that. And so that's, just, it started making more sense as I thought about it. I'm like, well, that's probably what it is. It's not that I'm not getting my pre-emergent to the edges. It's probably the fact that it's already germinated and I was too late.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Or it's interesting.
Also, those areas are more compacted normally.
Yeah.
Certain weeds like compaction.
Yep.
Yeah, it can be compacted and like beat up. And then if the grass fries because it's hot there, then it's bare dirt exposed and weeds have a chance to grow. That could be it too. But yeah, I mean, depending on what type of weed it is, it could be that pre-emergent. I know I'm not very good at getting the edges when I do applications.
Well, like when I'm going around my house, I mean, I'll throw it up, against the side of the house and let it bounce down. And, even like I have my front lawn, my sidewalk, and then like the boulevard. I don't really pay too much attention to it. I'll just go and then I'll take my blower once I'm done and blow everything back, into one of the grassy areas.
Yeah. So it's getting there. It's not like for lack of pre-emergent being in those areas. I tend to agree. I think the compaction thing is a big thing too, because I'll look in the shaded area of my house where the grass doesn't grow as vigorously and it tends to stay wet. That's where some of those weeds will pop up sometimes too throughout the season. And I know pre-emergent was thrown there at some point. I think it's just, there's just more potential for it to get through essentially. Or in the case, especially in the cracks around like the sidewalks and stuff where it gets warmer, I think, you're probably competing with timing issues too. Just higher chance of something getting through earlier before you put it down. It makes sense to me. I've only had a few dandelions pop up so far in my side yard, and I can see there's an open field that's like not part of the property, but it's open grass, no irrigation. I didn't do any sprinklers last year. I didn't overseed it. There's some company that comes and mows it as part of the county or something. Dandelions everywhere, so I can tell that either through my seeding and having it be more dense of a lawn, healthier lawn, or maybe the post-emergent last year, because I don't think prodiamine prevents dandelions, but maybe the thicker turf, the healthier turf prevented some of them, or maybe it did and it's just not as effective. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does prodiamine have any effect on dandelions?
No,
I
nothing.
didn't think so. Yeah, but I only have a few, so maybe it's the turf. Maybe that it's just being outcompeted. Maybe.
Yeah, it might be a little bare spot or something, a little thin right there, letting it. Somebody was out blowing those dandelion, making wishes and stuff, and it got in your yard.
Making TikToks, blowing dandelions.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, the kids love pulling them out and blowing on them for sure. I'm like, right. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do now.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I have a little bit of henbit too. Olee helped me identify what it was. That's
I got a picture of that.
That's mostly in my mulch beds. There's a few I could pull in my lawn, but the mulch beds are just like a jungle right now. I've been waiting to clean them up one of these weekends.
Yeah,
a couple of people in the chat are talking about POA. I saw somebody mowing some curvy POA stripes in this last week, so it was pretty cool.
But now POA is the grass.
The side there. That's true.
Yeah, if I had a putting green, I'd have POA.
So this is your picture, Bill?
Yeah.
That's the
So this
hen
is
bit?
yep. That's what's dominating my mulch beds right now, and I'm just kind of
Okay.
waiting. It hasn't spread yet. I think it's just just the annuals that were there, and I just because I've done nothing with it. There's no mulch on it. It's like hasn't been taken care of. So I've been waiting for a weekend to knock it out. But what would I mean? I think dicamba, if I were to spray dicamba there, it
Rake.
would knock it out. Yeah, rake would just manually get them
Just
out.
rake it out.
I was
It's got
planning on
shallow
getting
roots.
my hoe. Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Pull
use
it
that.
out.
Or,
You use your hoe.
yeah,
Yeah.
just
Get her dinner afterwards,
Yeah.
The few that I found on my grass were so small that I was able to just hand pull them. The roots were super shallow. You could see the little tips of them as you pull it out. You're like, all right, cool. So my kids were helping me. They were supposed to be going to bed, but they came outside with me during sunset. We were pulling little weeds.
Mhm. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. I normally like I said, I'm terrible with weeds. I'm not very good. I'm not very knowledgeable with herbicides. And I'll have like a few spots of like maybe like clover, some ground diving stuff, just little spots that pop up. And I normally just let them go. And then previous years it's been like midsummer and it's like, man, I want to nuke these out. But now it's like midsummer and it's super hot and I've kind
Yeah.
of lost my window. So I actually walked out. So I haven't even mowed my backyard yet. And then last week I actually walked and I just walked rows in my backyard and I just spot sprayed if I saw anything, like anything little creeping out. And that was the first time that I've got that ahead of weed control. I normally just, like I said, I normally don't really mess with it. And then it's too late and it's like, oh, it's too hot to kill them. So I don't know. Like I didn't really get a whole lot, but I did have like mostly it was clover. If I saw any weeds, and I used T-zone. I used I used a couple different things.
So if you don't in the past, did those areas just kind of turn into bare spots when they eventually died off and then you just overseed in the fall? Is that just kind of how you dealt with
The
those?
clover really never died off. That's
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
that would stay.
so, but unless I spray it. So
A lot of people leave the clover in because that shit's dark green. That'll make your lawn look nice and green.
Yeah, that's true.
it does. But yeah, like I said on previous episodes, one time my wife stepped on a bee.
Oh,
Yeah.
We like to walk around barefoot. And as soon as she did that, and then my daughter saw her, which like my daughter still talks about it. Remember when mommy got stung by a bee?
Oh,
And it's
man,
like,
that's gonna
okay,
stay
so
with
anytime I
her.
see that, like I'm going at that hard. So
to bring the confidence back for barefoot.
yeah, it for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Well, I think at least for me, I'm kind of excited this week because there's going to be some rain here in the next couple of days. So I'm going to probably put some fertilizer down and get out there and see what those weeds are around the edges of the house. And like you said, that's where mine are. On our backyard, we haven't done landscaping between the house and the grass.
Yeah.
And so a lot of that gets really nice and warm before the grass does. Plus, you're talking about windows reflecting heat down in certain areas as well on the lawn. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff to take care of on that and the side of the house. But we got a lot of projects going on in the next month or so in the yard. Things are going to be changing up a little bit. So I just want to get some fertilizer down. It's like I feel like I'm still stuck in winter. You know what I mean? I want to be able to throw some fertilizer down and say that I'm doing something in the yard. So get that done. And
What would you do if you did landscape around the house? Would you do like gravel or mulch, or what do people typically do in your guys' area for around the house like that?
Most everybody does mulch, like mulch beds and bushes and trees and plants and flowers and stuff like that, which I kind of like because you put down that cover, you put down that weed cover stuff and then put it all on top of that, and it does a pretty good job. I've seen some stuff that's like contractor grade, and it's like 30 years. It's good for like 30 years that you can help prevent weeds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what most people do. I think by doing gravel, because it gets so hot and stuff in the summertime, you get something hot like that as well up against the house. It just makes things more hot.
Yeah, that makes sense
And that,
too. Yeah.
and that was the thing in Phoenix, is that you try to do a lot of their stuff was rock, but you tried to put some
Like
more
volcanic
plants
or
and
something.
bushes, up around the house, so that the heat wouldn't radiate there and get the house really hot and stuff. So, plus it's easier to spray. You can imagine, your yard's just gravel, so you just go out and just spray Roundup or whatever you want,
Yeah.
whenever you want.
Get a
That's crazy.
blowtorch or something.
Yeah, blowtorch front yard, whatever. So, yeah, Phoenix was pretty easy to take care of weeds for sure.
I saw where Brent, he's on vacation in Texas, and he sent us a picture, and it was all just stone.
Yeah.
No lawn, all stone.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, and they're kind of talking about that here in Utah too. They're trying to do the zero scape, I think is what they call it, so that
yeah.
people aren't doing lawns or anything like that. They want to put rock
Boo.
and gravel and all
Yeah.
over. But it is ugly. That's one thing I do not miss about the Phoenix area, was those people that had it. Like in my neighborhood, I probably had the biggest yard, and it wasn't even that big of grass. Everybody else was mostly rock and stuff. So
That's just no fun. It's so boring.
yeah.
How about you, Olee? What kind of weeds you dealing with right now?
Honestly, none. I got after it early, probably a month ago. I'd have to look at my notes, and I ran some of that Triad TZ from Chemical Warehouse. And normally I have a little bit of hen bit and a little bit of chickweed is normally my spring weed, I guess you want to say. And I got after early with that, and that's it. Gone.
Awesome.
Now I got a couple little places of POA, but I mean, to me, POA is a grass. It is ugly like a weed, but it's a species of bluegrass. So I got a couple little spots of that, but I think we'll get hot enough, it'll melt away, and I'm not going to worry about it. But I've got all the other crap. This is the cleanest my yard has been this early in the season ever. So, in the past, pictures this time of year would have neon spots, which the chickweed is real neon looking, and the henbit sort of is not as neon, but still is ugly because of the broad leaf on it.
Mm-hmm.
So did your app that you were saying you did you blanket spray that, or did you spot spray?
I did. I blanket sprayed the whole place. Yeah.
Sweet.
Normally I would spot spray, but the problem is you might spot spray what you see today, and then something else is under the canopy coming up that you don't see. And 3 days later, you're like, well, shit, did I miss that spot? No, it wasn't there. So I just went ahead and done a blanket spray.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm
a
glad I
good
did.
point, actually. It's a really good point to make, 'cause you could be out there spot spraying for day after day after day. To your point, did I miss it? Did I miss it or whatever? But I mean, kind of depends on. Go ahead.
There's a lot of stuff that you don't see,
Yeah.
right up under the canopies. But
Yeah. And I can see both, practices, the blanket spraying to get stuff that you don't see, but at the same time, if you don't have to use it, you don't blanket spray and just try and spot spray. So
now later in the season, if I got a little spot of clover or a little spot, some type of broadleaf pop up, then I will just spot spray. And what I do then is when I'm mowing, I keep like a carton or whatever container of tennis balls with me on the mower. And when I'm mowing, if I see a spot, I'll take a tennis ball, drop it in that spot. Because if I try to remember, hey, up there I had some clover.
You'll
I
never
get
find
out,
it.
walk around, walk around, like, where the heck did it go?
God damn it.
I thought
That's a good
what-
idea, man.
I thought that's what you used the flags for.
The flags. That's
Yeah, I
if
thought
it's
that's-
real bad. That's if it's really bad.
Well, I figured with that like 4.5, 5-inch cut of fescue, tennis ball get lost in that shit.
Well, as long as they ain't water soaked, they set up on top. Which I'm not mowing that tall this year.
I was gonna say, how many inches you had?
375 on a
Nice.
good day.
Holy shit!
On a cold
Yeah.
day.
Olee uses the flags on there so that when he has to get those guys in the airplane to come and do his spraying and stuff, they just kind of drop down and see the flags. where to
duster.
go. Yeah, crop dusters.
Dude, we got those. I got those like a block from my house because there's cornfields like a block from my house. Yeah, those guys are crazy. Those guys
Yeah.
are nuts. I've seen them airplanes and helicopters. The helicopters, if you ever have a chance to watch a crop duster helicopter, those things are badass. So definitely stop and watch those guys. They're cool.
They're like kamikaze flyers, man.
Yeah, they're nuts.
That's what I was saying when we had the Q&A episode. Like, what would you buy if you had unlimited money? I would get one of those. For a helicopter.
Helicopter sprayer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That would be
good.
awesome. Yeah, no, I kind of noticed yours, Olee. Like it's usually I think it was the fall time you're out there picking things out every now and again, but you haven't really had to do that much. Got that blanket ab down, took care of most of the stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Luckily we started getting some rain, so everything's growing and it's
Hey,
it's
actually,
clean.
Did you run that in your permagreen? Or what did you run it in?
Olee? What is this? Olee just sent me this. I don't even know what it is.
That is a Barenbrook RTF yellow jacket coated seed.
Germinating.
That's awesome.
I was about to say if it was a North Carolina tumbleweed or something.
No. Looks like a shark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But that's
That's
pretty
kinda interesting.
wicked.
Pretty
That's
cool, yeah.
crazy.
so that already had roots on it. That the
Yeah,
black
that's-
is roots. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty cool.
Yep. I would say that germinated maybe yesterday and I didn't see it, but I definitely seen it today. So I took that and put it in a pot and I'm going to grow that one seed and keep up with it I'm going to try to like every Wednesday, take a picture of it.
That'll be
make a
sweet.
story. And I've always wanted to see what one seed would turn into. So if that's going to turn into just a clump or what, we'll see.
That'll be cool.
No, only
It's supposed to spread out.
for being a mechanic, I would expect a lot more calluses on those hands.
Hey, man.
You're telling me she hit some lotion.
It's better than
This is
having
this.
calluses on your fingertips.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Who's
There
this?
they are.
Is this?
In situ.
Is this Olee? Is this your picture too?
Yes, sir.
That's
That's
all
up there. That's
they're
over the
coming
top
up.
of the rock.
I can see a couple of them there, yeah, with the little.
Oh, so this is
Double
just
capsule on
the
'em.
recent stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. That was seeded last
Okay.
Wednesday.
Okay,
That's pretty cool.
nice.
Stuff's quick.
Yeah. Now, did you put anything down with it? Did you do any spraying before?
No,
Weed
no
spray?
spraying.
No.
No, that was
Just see
bare.
what comes
that
of
was
it.
bare. Say it again.
You're just gonna see what's gonna come up with it post emerge.
Oh, as far as weeds,
Yeah. As far as weeds.
yeah, we'll just see what happens.
Did you use any
Okay.
tenacity or anything when you seeded?
No, sir.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, and that's I think more stuff germinates, because you normally seed in the fall. And I was thinking about this the other day when I did that. So I think more stuff, especially POA, would germinate if this was a fall project because of the different temperatures. So
Hmm.
I think this would be a whole lot cleaner. If it doesn't my goal is to get it up and get it thick. But if it doesn't get to jumping and going, then you would have the possibility of some crabgrass possibly. But I'm not looking for no negativity. I'm looking for positivity and stripes. So we're just gonna roll with it.
I didn't know St. Augustine grew up that high.
No, I don't even know how to say that in other languages.
Oh, you said
so I don't
crabgrass.
No.
I thought we looked it up. But so hey, I was gonna show this because warm season grass, it when they still might be dormant certain spots. Wish Cody was on right now to speak on this, but he had this popping through his dormant Bermuda. So
was it like a thistle?
Yeah, is that what that is?
Yes.
Because I've actually had some of that here around my yard
lettuce.
too. Yeah, it looks like lettuce, but it's very spiky, man. Those
Prickly.
very prickly.
So
You can't even touch it without gloves.
To the warm season people in the chat, I don't know anything about it, but I mean, are you guys spraying those out right now?
It's prickly
while the Bermuda's dormant, or
milk thistle.
Aaron?
Right.
When it is dormant, they got the advantage because they can just use glyphosate when it is dormant. They can go around and pop stuff like that that's green. But I seen some pictures from Cody today. He looked like he was getting some stripes.
Yeah, that's
on his
Yeah,
front.
that could be his other yard.
I think
That's the right.
Front or back.
Yeah, he does the ryegrass on his front yard, and it left Bermuda just dormant in the back.
Yeah,
So he's got some stripes.
Yeah, that thistle, I see that in like open lots. Like we have a couple open lots in our neighborhood, and I'll see that in there.
That'd be one where you get those manual weed pulling tool things and just kind of yank them out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Hopefully
worked
easy.
perfect for that.
Man, I got one of those and I hadn't had a chance to use it.
They look like they work really well. I don't have one yet, but I see all the
Clean.
satisfying videos of people using them.
It's
Oh
clean,
yeah, the
huh?
old granddad.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Jason Vaughn, but it's some Nimblewill, and I got some of this floating around here and there. And that's another kind of a tough, grassy type weed ish.
Some wild grass.
Kind of. I don't even know what category it's in, but it's one of those pains to kill. I was gonna blast through a couple of these pictures here.
Yeah.
Just to see if anybody is dealing with the same stuff. This is from Jason Vaughn's parents.
Chickweed.
Yeah. Pretty dense.
Yep. So it's
See, I struggle.
That's the problem with something like that. It grows so thick that it will hold back other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that is like taking over the grass, which is crazy. Like, yeah, that actually.
Yeah. So last year,
it will die when it gets to be like 85, but then things will be thin.
yeah. So that I was just going to talk on that. So last year, I had a whole bunch of that on my hill, and my hill, I mow my hill. I spray spring and fall for weeds. Put a pre-emergent down, but both my neighbors and everywhere else does not. And so I get a lot of weed pressure on my hill. And like the biggest thing I fight is I don't want that shit to come down my hill into my lawn. And when I have to mow my hill, then I don't want to have to I got to make sure I wash my mower and whatnot, but I don't want to have that tracking back and forth. But to Ole's point, I had a whole bunch of this last year. I mean, a ton of it. And the neighbor to my north, their hill was covered in it. It was basically on the lot line creeping in. I got ahead of it pretty early and sprayed a whole bunch of it. I sprayed Speed Zone on it, and it killed it. But then, I have a ton of thin, not bare, but very, very thin spots on my hill, which in general, my hill, it's thin just because of the angle and the slope of it. It's kind of hard to grow grass on it. And it erodes away pretty good when hard rain. And also we go sledding, and it kills it pretty good. But yeah, I noticed this year, my hill is very thin. And I didn't, and I put pre-emergent down. I'm definitely not going to overseed it at all, but I think next year I'll probably be looking to maybe overseed the hill just to, get it back to some growth and fight off some weeds that way as well. But 100% agree with Olee's point that when you kill it all off, then it'll be thin, because I'm definitely seeing that.
Yeah.
So would you not oversee in the fall time? You're gonna wait till next spring?
I don't know yet. I mean, I'm definitely not going to put any type of high end seed on there. So it would just be honestly, for my hill, I would just go to a Menards or Lowe's and buy a grass seed there. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, if I do it, I'd do it late fall, because I got my pre-emergent down so late this year. I mean, it was a month behind last year. So I'm pushing end of September for the 6-month kind of window.
Are you doing a split app? Is that why it's going to last so long?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'd have to look at my calendar, but I put it down. I felt like I put it down early, because there was some days that I thought it was going to get there, and I just wanted to make sure I got it down, because I had a feeling I knew what was going to happen. And looking at our temperatures, basically, we had snow on Sunday. It's in the 20s, 30s, and 40s like yesterday and today. But then the next 6 days, it's rain every day, the forecast, and it's supposed to get up in the 70s. So I knew what was going to happen was I'm not going to be able to get out and put anything down. Stuff's going to take off. It's going to get crazy. You're not going to be able to mow. And then essentially I'd missed the window. So I definitely wanted to get mine down nice and early and not miss the window. And then, like I said, with the split app, I'll come back here and probably about a month from now, I'll probably come back and put it down. So like I said, then that's going to push me way late. So
Just skip it. I think I'm going to skip mine.
Your second app?
No app.
You're not going to do the second half is what you're saying?
I haven't done zero pre-emergent. I think I'm just going to
I put my
Same.
half, I put my split app down though. So, I mean, I got that down.
Okay.
Like I said, I'd have to look at my calendar, but it was several weeks ago, and
I think so. I usually do a split app as well. And I think I usually do my second one.
Oh, baby, baby.
but yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where it's not like it's bare. I mean, there's still plenty of grass, and I hate mowing the hill. So, I mean, honestly, I'm not too concerned. I'm just the weed.
I mean,
pressures.
could it fill in on its own if you fertilize it and just kind of give it the proper care without the weeds there?
Well, the last thing I want to do is fertilize that hill. I don't put any fertilizer on that hill. The only thing I do is just weed prevention or
Okay.
prevention and post-emergent. I'll spray
Yeah.
post-emergent, but that's it.
It's natural.
It's shaded. It grows like crazy already.
Mm.
And like I said, it's a pain to mow. I mean,
I don't imagine.
Seriously, you guys have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever happen to come and see this thing, you're gonna be like, holy shit, you weren't joking. So, but yeah.
I don't like mowing hills at all.
This is from Yard Hard right here.
What is it?
It's the main weed he's dealing with.
What is
some
that?
kind of a? I've seen that before. Let me see.
What is it? I don't know what that is. Does anyone know?
Creeping buttercup.
Yeah, creeping buttercup. Yep.
Creeping buttercup.
Yeah, those are ones that
He
it's hard to
makes
pull out
name
by
in
hand.
college.
Speaking of creeping, I saw some creeping Charlie. My neighbor's got a so my neighbor's neighbor on the other side, he's got some creeping Charlie already, and it's got the purple leaves and everything already. And I was blown away that it's already out. So, like I said, I don't think we've had more than 2 days above 50.
So if you had most of these, like would a just like a standard, like if I went to Home Depot and looked for a broadleaf weed killer, what would be in it that you would typically find to kill these? Are we talking dicamba? Is that a product you would use for a lot of these, or is it 2,4-D? Is that the other one that people use a lot, or some combination maybe?
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with all the post-emergent stuff because I just haven't had to deal with it in detail yet. But
Quinclorac. That's a popular one.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
popular additive and
I used that
Quinclorac-
last year. I have some of that powder on
Quinclorac
hand.
is for your crabgrass or possibly clover.
yeah.
It actually works pretty good for clover, in my
Yeah.
experience.
That's a lot to deal with.
A lot of times
Ooh, yeah.
I see a lot of products that have 2,4-D and Quinclorac in them. Like they're
Together.
both in there. I want to say there's a Hosen sprayer. I can't remember what brand it is. There's a Hosen sprayer that it's got that in there. So what is that? Like the Ivy or
It's probably Creeping Charlie, probably.
That's what I was
yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
So do you guys think like core aeration helps to cause weeds? Because if you got thick turf and you go in and you just plug it out and put holes all around on it, would that allow weed seed
I
and stuff to
guess.
get down into there?
I would think
Well,
like
see, the thing
seed
about it
already
is-
there.
the thing about it is you got crap all in the soil. You got
Mhm.
seeds everywhere, like everything that grows, like you see the hen bit, it gets a purple flower on it.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
going to seed. And then your POA, it goes to seed. If you don't do something with that stuff, it drops seed, like right there, that purple
Mhm.
flower.
Mhm.
That's henbit.
So if you
though,
don't
right?
do something, it drops seed.
Yeah.
And whenever you go out and disturb the soil with a cord plugger, you're very possible to move a seed around to where it can see sunlight, have bare dirt, whatever, and then it'll germinate. So it's
Yeah.
very possible. Like a lot of people are seeing some Poa trivialis, and that can possibly be laying in the ground and when you core plug, or it could be in, dirty seed, dirty grass seed. But anytime you disturb the ground or you have bare ground, you have the option for weeds. That's the biggest thing. Like people was worried about crabgrass. If your grass is good and thick and the sun's not able to reach the soil, you shouldn't be, to me, shouldn't be so worried about weeds or pre-emergence. Like I don't do a pre-emergent. I don't have a crabgrass issue, honestly. And if I do, I'll get some Quinclorac and I'll clean it up. But I don't plan to
Cool.
have crabgrass problem.
Have you
Well,
had
guys, it's
Right.
we're
have you
about
had
50
crabgrass in the
minutes in.
past?
Very, very little.
Okay.
Like only in bears, only in spots that were bare because they were weak.
Is it a common thing in North Carolina?
Oh, heck yeah.
Is it okay?
Like where I had my garden spot at the shop,
Uh-huh.
terrible crabgrass there.
Gotcha.
So this year, once everything, starts growing in the garden, I'm going to take a bunch of wood chips and I'm going to mulch. My plan this year is to mulch all that to where the sun doesn't shine directly on the bare soil.
Good idea.
Because crabgrass produces seeds like nobody's business. I mean, it makes major seed heads.
Yep.
Yeah, crabgrass. Once you have it, it's tough. It's a tough one to fight.
Unless
I do
you have
get
it
it in my
confused with
beds and my
something
garden a
else.
little bit. What was that?
Unless you have it confused with something else.
I'm in too cold of a climate for that, but yeah, I do get it in some of
Mhm.
my like garden beds and my landscaping beds. But
Yeah.
maybe a few years ago I saw it in my turf, but haven't recently. But I did just recently, like Brian was saying, I just recently core aerated the heck out of my front lawn, so I'm kind of nervous about the front, but we'll see.
It seems like the benefits of core aerating probably outweigh the risk of weeds if you could just spot spray whatever does pop up. I would
Mhm.
imagine that it's kind of a sacrifice for the sake of improving the soil and getting oxygen and stuff down there for the grass itself. Then you just deal with the side effects.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
My core plugged over the top of the rock that I did cover up because it was just that old crummy red dirt. I think it was about a month ago, I took and cored it pretty heavy and then went back with the chicken poo, trying to get it in those holes to, change the soil.
To get the poo in the
Um,
hole.
Get the poo in there. Just, trying to change the composition or whatever. I can't find the word, but anyway, just make it better.
Yeah.
Get some
Prove it.
organics into it. But I'm not seeing any kind of weeds or nothing from that.
I think we should talk about lawn of the week here in a minute.
Yeah, let's do it. Then
Ooh, that's like his lawn is.
I don't know if we have anything else going on, but
See, that needs to be a flower bed that needs to be, it's hard
Yeah.
to go grass up under a tree like that anyway.
Right.
I
The
was just gonna
turf is
say that.
fighting.
Like if you
Fighting
spray
with the
all those
roots.
weeds out, it's just going to be
Yeah.
bare dirt. They're just going to come back. I mean, so
Mhm.
unless you're seeding and you got a plan to seed, I don't think I think it's pointless to spray them out. You might as well just make it a bed. I was going to say the same thing.
Well, and I heard having a bed is better than having grass right up to your tree because they're always going to be fighting for the water and stuff, nutrients.
Mhm.
So the tree will usually win out, and your grass is going to thin out again anyway. So
Edge that sucker. Tie string,
Yeah, edge
tie
it.
string around the base of that tree, and
Yeah,
Get a
it look
paint
good to have a
can.
good clean,
Yeah, walk a
clean ring
circle.
around it. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
walk a circle, spray a circle.
Well, before Lawn of the Week, guys, we actually wanted to thank our viewers and our Instagram followers. We have organically grown our Instagram followers to over 5,000.
Yow.
So thank you guys for all of you that follow us on Instagram and keep following us. We appreciate that. Let everybody know that we have an Instagram at keep.off.the.grass. So to thank all of you, we are going to give away a gallon of Simple Lawn Solutions. What did we want to give away?
Some of that
Do
iron,
they have like iron,
that new
that'd be
iron,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, the greener.
Yeah.
dark green, or whatever it's called?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So for you in the chat, if you guys want a chance to win that gallon of dark greener from Simple Lawn Solutions, go ahead and type in Simple Lawn Solutions in the chat. There's 3 words: Simple Lawn Solutions. And I'll grab your name. We'll enter it in for the will while we're talking about KOTG Lawn of the Week and
I like that koozie
a
name.
koozie.
Kind of like your T-shirt. What do you got there? What is that shirt, Zach?
It's just wrong tit. I don't know. It's just some cool company.
Oh yeah, Milnor.
I've heard of that, Milnor.
I like the sprinklers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got some nice heads. Are you drinking Bush? Damn,
Come on now.
it's been a
Oh
while.
yeah, the challenge is over.
It's been
It's been a while.
It's been over 100 days probably. Well, no, I had a couple. but
Cheers on
that's
that.
about
Yeah, how was your weekend? What'd you have to eat?
it. Yeah, I loaded up, man. I had all kinds of good stuff. I've probably put on another. I bet you I put 10 pounds back on. My wife made a whole pan of scotcheroos. I've been just cramming those down my throat, dude. I had Cheetos, I had Reese's peanut butter cups. I mean, kids got some like the Reese's eggs. I was jamming those. I mean, we went to Tasty Tacos. I mean, I've been just living it up. So, about another week, and then I'm gonna get back into it again.
Yeah, I definitely
about-
enjoyed the Easter weekend.
Yeah,
Good food, family. Yeah, got to get back on track. Maintain the weight loss.
yeah,
Hopefully.
dude. I've drank more Mountain Dew in the last 6 days than I have in the last like 6 months. Oh man, I was drinking a lot of soda here in the last couple of days. So
On I know we were gonna get into No, we were gonna get into
Lawn of the week.
Lawn of the week.
Yeah. We can go ahead and do that. Derek said he sent me a picture. I was trying to pull it up. But yeah, we can go ahead. We can go into Lawn of the week if you guys.
Bill, you want to do that?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All
So,
right.
yeah. So, keep off the grass. We like to do
I forgot about that.
Lawn of the week. So if you want to participate, submit your pictures, use the hashtag KOTG Lawn of the Week. And when you're doing a post, pictures, video, a reel, something that we can see, because we like to look back and kind of talk about all the different pictures and things folks have posted, and kind of have fun all week debating who should be the winner. So use a hashtag. Don't do a story because those disappear and we may not see them. But a reel or a post is what you do. And this week's winner is she's been a longtime viewer, longtime contestant, let's say, and she's been so close so many times, but finally is going to go to Girls Lawn. Long overdue. Congratulations.
Yeah, definitely.
Congrats, Girls Lawn.
Yeah, we've talked about the last couple of weeks, and we've had a handful of people that every week they're in that top one or two, and this is definitely one of the lawns that we've been talking about for the last month.
Yeah.
So, congratulations.
Your
you can
time
tell
will
she
come.
Loves being out there, has a lot of passion for it, and enjoys it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That domination line is solid too.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is that an Ohio State flag? If it is, even better. So
That's I was just
Where?
gonna point out.
Oh.
on the neighbor's yard or the neighbor's house, if that's an Ohio State flag, then kudos.
But yeah,
So,
Yeah.
I don't really know exactly her full story, but I think she had a bunch of POA, and then I think she resodded that. If I might be
She had a
completely
good
wrong,
bit of Poa trivialis.
but it yeah, it looks really good. Looks awesome.
Yeah. So aside from eternal bragging rights and lifelong glory, keep off the grass. Lawn of the week winners get their choice of a bag of Pro Pete fertilizer. Big thanks to John and everybody at Pro Pete for helping partner with us on the Keep Off the Grass Lawn of the Week challenge. Those of you that are overseas, if we can't get a bag of fertilizer out to you, they'll send you some swag. So all the Aussies and those of you across the pond, use that hashtag and we'll get some swag your way too.
Yo, look at all these boxes she has right here.
those aren't Amazon boxes either.
Yeah,
those could be fertilizer boxes or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
100%.
Yep, looks like it.
but no, that lawn looks sweet. Looks awesome. Congrats.
Yeah. Yes, congrats.
Ole's rocking the shirt today too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Looking good. Yeah, I'm excited, man. With everybody's lawns waking up, it's been so fun to see more and more just super sexy pictures. So it's been great. Hopefully, guys like Brian can get started here sooner than later.
Yeah. So a couple of guys in the chat for Lawn of the Week are cautioning Girls Lawn PJ enter their chat with caution.
Oh no.
She might be the first female winner. So
Yeah,
they get some interesting chats going on in there. But all right, I've got the Wheel of Name here. Let me pull that up real quick. All right. So we got 37 people in there. So we appreciate you guys watching and jumping in on that. So this is for, let's shuffle it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So this is for the gallon of darker green with Simple Lawn Solutions. Good luck.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, that's a North Carolina fella.
Is it?
Yes,
Who was
sir.
it? I missed it.
Awesome. Lawn of Oz.
Right,
I've
I
met
think
him once or
I'll have to
twice.
look him up.
I think next time you do the wheel, you got to set that like spin to like 90 seconds and just let that song play.
Oh man, that hit hard.
Oh, geez.
Man, he should have.
expected
He
that.
should have won the weight loss challenge.
Yeah.
Damn, I know.
Oh, look at showing that off.
He grew his beard back.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hiding those neck muscles.
Yeah.
He looks like he should be like on Game of Thrones, but also some sexy character. I don't know.
A
Needs a
game of
mixture.
something.
Catman do.
I can
Cheetah-
either
cheetah
confirm or deny that he's worn this to an HOA meeting before.
That is our president.
we're so bad. That's so funny.
All right, guys. Well, we are over the hour mark. Is there anything else we want to talk about weeds, or is this a good way to roll out the show?
Does everybody have
How many,
a
how many,
happy
how many
Wednesday?
subscribers do we have on YouTube?
I
Oh,
haven't checked in a while.
we're over 1,100. Like we're almost to 1,200.
So when we hit 1,500, we doing another giveaway?
Yeah,
I think we
we've
have
talked
to.
about that.
Yeah,
What do you got?
So
we gotta start thinking about that.
you guys know how we do our giveaways. When that 1,000, we'll get some good stuff going for that 1,500. So
Speaking of giveaways, I think we're gonna have probably some giveaways next week. I mean, I don't know. I mean, probably. I think we're about due for a guest. And
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
should. Do we need to do a wheel spin? Actually, fuck.
no, I meant next week. We might have a
next
guest
week.
on, and we may have some giveaways and stuff like that. But we'll see. But
yeah, do we want to say, or do we want to let
I think we'll figure it out this week.
ads, let the ads do it? All right.
Next week?
So
Next week.
Okay.
yeah, put it down on your calendar. Be here next week, guys. We got probably a guest coming on with the giveaways. What?
Why do you even have your phone or whatever in the shower with you in the first place? Oh,
That's the
Yeah.
president right there.
president of our
True.
club.
Dude, he's just living his best life,
He
you
is.
guys.
He's the president of us, honestly.
Yeah, dude.
Like he's
He embodies the keep off the grass spirit.
yep. We report to him.
He signs our checks.
That's right.
I hadn't got one, so I'm past due.
Join the club. But, all right, let's wrap this one
All
up.
right.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight and talking weeds and weed. And remember tomorrow, and we will see you guys next week.
Go Hawks.
Yeah. Ignore slow drivers tomorrow.
Be smart. Be safe.
Have
Get to the
fun.
grocery stores for all the munchies are gone.
There you go.